Most people think Telegram is just another messaging app, a blue icon where you send memes, follow news channels, and avoid WhatsApp's data-hungry tracking. But if you look closer, behind the minimalist interface, Pavel Durov isn't building a chat app. He's building a parallel digital state, a decentralized economy that operates entirely outside the reach of the US Treasury, the SWIFT network, and the EU's regulatory grip. This is the Web3 master plan, a blueprint for a borderless society that has been a decade in the making. And it's exactly why the world's most powerful governments are terrified. They aren't scared of your encrypted chats. They are scared of the infrastructure that makes the state obsolete. For decades, the global financial system has been a walled garden, guarded by invisible sentries. If you want to move money across an ocean, you use the SWIFT system, which is effectively controlled by Washington. If you want to host a revolutionary app, you use AWS or Google Cloud, which can be unplugged with a single court order. If you want to reach a massive audience, you play by the strict, often arbitrary rules of the Apple and Google duopoly. This is what we call the legacy stack. It is centralized, it is censorable, and it is designed to keep power in the hands of a few entities in Silicon Valley and DC. This stack is the foundation of modern geopolitics. If you can't use the dollar and you can't use the cloud, you don't exist in the modern world. But Telegram is different. It's the black sheep of the tech world that grew into a wolf. With over 900 million active users and a relentless focus on speed and freedom, Durov has created a Trojan horse for the 21st century. By integrating the TON blockchain, the open network, directly into the app's architecture, he has achieved what every crypto project before him failed to do: mass adoption without friction. He didn't ask users to download complex wallets or memorize 24-word seed phrases. He simply turned every Telegram account into a potential high-speed bank branch. No bank accounts required, no KYC, no middlemen, just pure, peer-to-peer value transfer at the speed of light. Look at the numbers, because the math is where the revolution hides. Telegram isn't just growing its user base, it is mutating into a financial entity. When they launched Fragment, they did something radical. They turned digital identity into a liquid asset. Your username isn't just a label anymore. It's a piece of property you can sell for millions of dollars in TON. When they introduced virtual phone numbers via blockchain, they bypassed the need for a physical SIM card, the last tether most people have to a local government. This isn't just about privacy or hiding from your local police. This is about sovereignty. It is about the ability to exist, earn, and trade. In a space where no government can freeze your assets or debank you for your political views, when a platform becomes too big to fail and too decentralized to kill, it ceases to be a company. It becomes a digital superpower. History shows us that whenever a private entity starts printing its own digital gold or creating its own rules for global trade, the empire strikes back. We saw it with Libra, Facebook's failed attempt at a global currency. The difference is that Mark Zuckerberg folded the moment he was called to testify before Congress. Pavel Durov didn't. He took the fight to the courts, lost the initial SEC battle, and then did something even more dangerous. He decentralized the project and let the community build it until it was ready to be reintegrated. The arrest of Pavel Durov at Le Bourget Airport in France was the definitive turning point in this saga. The official charges mentioned content moderation and child safety, the standard playbook for cracking down on encryption. No, everyone in the room knew the real reason. It was a shot across the bow of the Web3 master plan. Western intelligence agencies and financial regulators realized that if Telegram succeeds in becoming the everything app of the decentralized world, they lose their ultimate weapon: financial surveillance. The ability to follow the money is the bedrock of Western hegemony. If the money moves through TON, the trail goes cold. Imagine the nightmare scenario for a central banker: a world where global trade, from oil to electronics, happens via stablecoins on the TON network. A world where your digital identity is verified by a decentralized ledger rather than a government-issued passport. In this world, the state has zero visibility into the flow of capital. Taxes become voluntary. Sanctions become irrelevant. To a regulator in Paris or Washington, that's not a libertarian utopia. It's an existential threat to the petrodollar, the euro, and the very concept of the tax-collecting nation-state. The real shift, the one that truly changed the game, happened with the explosion of the mini-app ecosystem. Most people saw Notcoin or Hamster Combat as silly games to pass the time. They missed the forest for the trees. These weren't just games. They were a massive stress test for the blockchain and a psychological onboarding for hundreds of millions of people into the crypto economy. Telegram is no longer just a browser for messages. It is becoming the browser for the decentralized web. While Elon Musk spends billions trying to turn X into a Western version of WeChat, Durov has already built it under the radar. By using TON, Telegram has effectively bypassed the App Store tax, the 30% cut that Apple and Google take from every digital transaction. This isn't just about saving money, it's about breaking the gatekeepers. Through mini-apps, developers can launch entire businesses, marketplaces, and services that live inside Telegram and settle transactions in crypto. This is the infrastructure for a headless economy, an economy where there is no central headquarters to raid and no CEO to intimidate into compliance. It is a playground for the unbanked in the global South and the rebels in the West. We are currently witnessing the birth of the first truly borderless digital nation. This is a new type of conflict. It isn't a war between two countries or even between a CEO and a court system. It is a fundamental clash between two different operating systems for humanity. On one side, you have the legacy OS, centralized, regulated, and geography-based. On the other, you have the Web3 OS, encrypted, autonomous, and logic-based. Telegram is the front line of this war because it has the one thing other crypto projects lack: the users. If the Web3 master plan succeeds, the traditional concept of a nation-state's financial borders will collapse. The state will lose its monopoly on money, and with it, its power to control the behavior of its citizens. The legacy stack will become a relic of the past, used only by those who aren't tech-savvy enough to escape it. But if the governments win, if they manage to force backdoors into the encryption or break the link between Telegram and TON, the dream of a truly free and private internet dies for a generation. The stakes of this battle couldn't be higher. It's not just about whether you can send a message without someone reading it. It's about who controls the value you create. It's about whether the 21st century will be defined by digital totalism or digital autonomy. Pavel Durov's master plan is the ultimate gamble. He is betting that code is stronger than law and that 1 billion users are more powerful than any army. The arrest, the lawsuits, the media smears, they are all symptoms of a dying system trying to claw back control. The war for the future of the internet has only just begun, and your Telegram app is the most powerful weapon on the battlefield